So here I am at Luke's house. Luke, thank you very, very much for making me feel welcome.
No problem at all, more than welcome.
And we're going to be making a video on TUPE, that stands for Transfer of Undertakings Protection of Employment. Now Luke, you work in facilities management at West Sussex County Council.
That's correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about your job?
Basically what I do, I test the water and make sure it's safe. It's all to do with Legionnaires prevention, and what I do is I make sure the water is at a certain temperature with a electronic probed thermometer, and when I've got the right temperature, or I've got a certain temperature, I log it down in a book and it goes on the file.
So it's a pretty important job.
Yeah.
Okay, now last year I designed an easy read leaflet explaining the principles of TUPE, which I think will have been really helpful for people with learning disabilities or autism. Do you remember seeing that leaflet?
Maybe it'd be a good idea that you explain this leaflet in the video.
Okay. The main thing the Easy Read leaflet said was that from time to time the council need to decide if they can run their services better to ensure they offer the best value for money for West Sussex residents paying their council tax. Sometimes this means they have to ask other companies to run services for them, services they used to run themselves. If they do this, they need to think what will happen to the staff that are affected. They would normally ask them to transfer to the new company. This means that they would no longer be employed by the council, they would be employed by the new company.
And this is what's going to be happening at facilities management, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's move on to the main part of the video. A few weeks ago you emailed me some questions about TUPE, and I've spent some time talking to West Sussex County Council so I can give you some accurate answers.
Why is it going to happen to facilities management?
Facilities management is a large and very important part of West Sussex County Council. Along with you, Luke, they employ another 75 people in a variety of roles. These include jobs like engineering, surveying and ground maintenance. Sometimes it's difficult for the council to find staff to carry out these jobs to the high standard they require, and at other times they feel they need to draw on the expertise of another company in actually how best to carry out these tasks. And that's why the council are looking for a large company within the private sector to work with them to deliver the very best services.
Who's this company going to be?
They don't know yet. Right now they're looking for the best company to deliver the facilities management service and asking for quotes on how much it will cost. You can imagine cost is a very important factor, but so too are other things, such as what their policy is on working with people with disabilities, and things like sustainability.
Sustainability?
Yeah, that's things like reducing the use of fossil fuels, reducing travel, reducing what's called the carbon footprint. I'm sure you've heard about these sorts of things on the news in recent years.
Oh yeah, not sending all that rubbish up into the atmosphere and that.
That's it, exactly.
Okay, so once the council have approved of the new company, what if I decide I don't really want to work for them?
Under TUPE law, your role will transfer to the new company, so it's a decision that you will have to make. If you really do not want to work for the new company, you'll need to resign, but the council would recommend you discuss this first with your line manager and with your family in the very first instance.
My next question, when do you think this transfer will take place?
The council are hoping they will know who the new company will be in October, November 2015, and that the full transfer is likely to be in April 2016. Okay,
let's just say I'm happy with the transfer. Will I have to wear a uniform, or am I happy as I am? Because usually I'm fairly smartly dressed, and I carry my ID badge with me.
It really depends on the company. You may be issued with a jumper or a jacket with a company logo on it. The council will know more when the successful company has been appointed.
Will I still be based in the council offices?
Most likely, but remember, your job takes you to a number of different West Sussex buildings, and nobody believes that's going to change.
Will I still have the same line manager?
That's the plan. Of course, the council makes sure you are looked after, whoever your line manager is.
Will I still have the same contract with my set hours, or will it be a 0-hour contract?
You'll transfer on the same terms and conditions. So that will include things like your hours, your holiday entitlement, and your salary.
Will I have the opportunity to increase my hours?
The council are hoping that the new company is likely to be a large one, so there may be opportunities to increase your hours if you wish. This is something you'll need to ask at a later date.
What will happen regarding my pension? What will happen to that?
The new company must either apply to keep your pension with the local government or provide a very similar pension. Understanding what happens to pensions under TUPE is pretty complicated. In fact, we could probably make a whole video just on that one subject alone. It will become much clearer once the council know who the new company is going to be.
Okay, I understand. My last question as this list is, right now I feel safe at working at with the county council, but what happens if this new company I work for goes bankrupt?
This is very unlikely. Part of the process the council go through to get a partner company working with them is to check that they are financially stable. West Sussex County Council wouldn't go into a contract with a company that they felt were not secure once the background checks have been carried out. Perhaps one of the most important things to remember is that it won't be until the late autumn that the council find out about who the new company is going to be, and the transfer won't happen until April 2016.
I've thought of one more question actually. If I don't understand something, or I want to get an update on something, who do I see to for that?
In the first instance, you can talk to your line manager, but you can also talk to somebody called Vic Bass. Vic is the person who's in charge of appointing the new company. Vic will always make time to speak to you about anything you're not sure about, okay?
Thanks Richard, that's all for now.
Well, thank you, Luke. I think this video would be a great help to people with learning disabilities or autism working within the council, and I couldn't have made it without you.
Okay.